Service.
You can move this chair.
And we're
Having
gonna
this
push
chair-
it back a little bit. And then we will need to make, oh, shoot.
You've got the exercise plan,
In water.
care plan. Oh, when's the last time you took care of your brain? Anxiety, brain fog, memory loss. This class will teach you science-backed ways to
You had brain
funk. You've got the exercise
I
plan.
think the last time we had brain
plan.
fog
Last time you
Hang
took
on,
care
let me
of
get
your
this.
brain.
muted over here.
Anxiety.
I would have to say the last time I had brain fog would be today when we were making our very first batch of cookies for Cookie Palooza.
Oh, God.
And I rolled, what was it? At least 4 dozen. Cookies and salt instead of sugar. It was not good. It was very bad.
They weren't supposed to be salted cookies. It's not like a margarita where you're gonna have a sugar rim or a salted rim. They, so we. We've been doing this since like 10 this morning, baking, and, it's been. It has been a day. I don't know how to bake. I know how to bake now. But yeah, it is thoroughly been a day. So for you that are just coming in,
We decided to have Cookie Palooza today.
we're together.
We are.
We're actually physically together.
And so y'all are gonna get a cookie decorating lesson because that's where we're at right now. So
We've been
let's-
at it.
Let's start with the easy one. We're gonna do the super easy one. Let's get all the snowflakes. I'll get 'em.
Let's get a drink. So yeah, we're off our beaten track. Well, not too far off Stephanie's beaten track. She loves baking and gardening, and I'm a one-hit wonder. I quilt all year long.
What do we
Well,
got
in
here?
summer
We
I
have-
play French horn, but
We have 5 there.
we did let the kids do this. That's why we're late, is because we're not that late, but we're like
Here,
2
you
minutes,
can have
guys,
6 and
2
I'll take
minutes.
5. Okay, so I'm making some cookies. I think I can put it down some so they can maybe see.
That would probably be helpful.
Let
If
me
you
know.
want, I have a.
Ooh,
Oh,
look, they can see now.
don't look at my mess over there. Non-existent.
I'm gonna cover it in about 2 seconds.
There we go.
Okay. So we're gonna be baking cookies today. I've already made some royal icing, imitation royal icing. You get your own white. I've got a number 3 tip in there. So biggest thing, and the kids kind of screwed this up a little bit, is you want to squeeze it down
I've seen this on TV once.
and then wrap it around your knuckle, and that'll make life easier. And then you want to like touch it to the cookie,
Okay,
and then you're gonna just kind of outline. And you kind of want to never touch the tip to the cookie. You have more
which is
control
why
that
mine
way.
has green on it, because
And-
the kids definitely did that.
I find it is easier to control if I have a second hand on the bag. Okay, so now I've got my cookie
Which is gonna
totally
be-
outlined. You guys didn't know you were gonna do a cookie decorating class today. I will post this recipe somewhere. Maybe on the Quilt Addicts Anonymous blog, but then you can start filling in after that.
Okay, how am I doing?
You're looking good.
It looks
Show
cool.
show it all to the class, show your work to the class.
Show your work to the class. Let me tell you, I am work.
You did very well
I
today.
did very well
We
today.
made so many cookies today.
It's true. The
It
biggest
was at
mistake
least
that
like
was
6 different kinds.
the biggest mistake was not one that I made.
No, it was me, both times. What else did I do that was really bad? I
You
don't remember.
accidentally, so the mixer on one side has the lock, and on the other side,
Yes.
it has the speed control. And so basically, as she's telling me that it's very careful that we don't turn it on too quickly so that, you know, the flour goes flying
Correct.
everywhere. She's on the other side of the mixer than she
So-
normally is.
Yeah, so I
So
just
she
like
thinks she's
blow it up.
locking the mixer, but she actually just turned it up to like 8. and just blue flour.
It was everywhere. Absolutely
Everywhere.
everywhere. We're gonna have to mop your floor in the morning.
Oh
So
my.
you can see my cookie is not fully folded in here. So what I'm gonna do is just take the tip of my cookie and I'm just gonna kind of swirl it around a little, and you can do this while it's still wet. You don't want it, once it kind of crusts over a little, that's no good. You don't want to do that.
So it should have holes, like look kind of like a doily.
Okay, if there's a few holes. It sounds like it's an SNL skit right now.
It is. It's a Friday night.
So at this point,
I-
like, you could like take a blue and go over that and be really cool with it. Or you could do the lazy way.
I have no idea what I'm
You're doing great.
doing.
And typically, I'll have this in something now. Ooh, that's a lot of sprinkles. We could just fill it in.
Oh, that's beautiful.
See, super easy. I like to give these to the kids because Angela's good enough to outline it.
She did great.
She's done this a time or two.
She knew exactly what to do. She like picked that thing up and whoop.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing. We've decorated all the things. So now we have a really pretty cookie. That we didn't have to do too much effort with. It was not that crazy of a cookie.
I'll give one of those a shot.
So there you go.
And
And
there's
there's,
so for the pour, or do you put it in your hand?
I mean,
The
it
hand
depends
was
on
sprinkle?
how like
Bold
deliberate
feeling?
I'm gonna be. But we have people, where is everyone from here? We have Newfoundland, Canada. We got a Yummy. We're hysterical. I think your husband doesn't agree.
I
disagree
don't
with
think
that
he
at this
agrees
point.
right now.
We just have to clean up our mess and let him eat the cookies
And he's
later.
helping put the kids to bed.
Yes, yes. 5 of them.
Send
2 of
help,
which are
guys.
not his home own. Ooh, Melbourne, Australia.
Oh, fun.
All right. And she's got her own YouTube channel. Is it a powdered sugar frosting? So yes, it is a royal icing imitation. So it doesn't, like, you wouldn't be able to use it to put together a gingerbread house. It's not strong enough to do that, but it sets up nicely for what we're doing here.
And that's why we're kind of doing this the night before, so it's a sleepover night.
It is. So you have to leave this sit all night long for it to set up, and then you can stack the cookies. So I'm just going to keep doing this for the snowflakes because it's easy. See, you did great.
I made a cookie.
You made a cookie.
And-
You'll be able to tell everyone that you made the cookie and it's beautiful.
Yeah, everybody's gonna look at the cookie and be like, no way. That's okay. I'm okay with them not believing. Do we have blue?
Not yet.
Not
And I
yet?
didn't bring any. So no,
We do not have blue.
there is green. And there will be red and there will be yellow.
We'll be fine.
So I'm just going to do sprinkles for all mine.
Guess we're making more.
Yeah, we do need to make some more color.
There are a lot of different types of sprinkles, so if you like to jazz things up, I'm learning that they don't just come in like sprinkle.
These are most of them from Walmart. This was not fancy sprinkle. Although you can find fancy sprinkle, let me tell you.
Well,
I
I'm
have a whole
sure-
drawer full. But Walmart, Michael's, Joann's, those are all good places.
She mentioned her sprinkles, and I'm like, I have sprinkles, and I pull out my one
One.
thing of confetti, like sprinkle.
You have, to be fair, so Angela and I started watching Cupcake Gemma, whose bakery we got to go to when we were in London
That's cool.
on the quilting cruise. And we would watch her thing come out every Thursday, and then we would try and make that. And I have a lot of flops under my belt. And then I eventually figured it out. And I still screw things up,
This is
as
really
evidenced
fun.
by today. So like, see, I've got a lot of holes here,
This is a
a
lot of ab
lot,
muscles.
but I don't need any more frosting here. So I can just kind of,
Oh, I don't.
nope, I can just use and it will get the tip of your icing pretty, gunked up, but it's fine. I'm using a number 3 tip for the outlining and fill. I do have a number 1 for if we want to do any fine detail work, like if we want to add like cutesy little eyes and stuff to snowman later.
Can we make cute little quilty swirly cues and stuff like that with little itty bitty stuff?
Yeah, so you can do stuff, you could even do that later, like you could let this set and then you can go over it with white to create a design later.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't understand how this works. This is
Well,
all brand new
you
to me.
just
So
need to
my
let
mother
it-
was like the microwave queen, you know? And you know what you don't do in a microwave? Bake
Or decorate cookies.
or decorate cookies.
So, yeah, you do have more control over your placement of
We had some different
distrib-
sprinkles.
distribution of sprinkles. But like you can let this go and then we can do like a cool design on top. Once it sets. Nope, that would be a different mix, but you can still work it. I keep my extra sprinkles in mason jars. We have more people from Canada, Ohio. But yeah, we took a cookie decorating class like 2 years ago and just never looked back. It
By
was so
we,
much
she
fun.
doesn't mean me.
I
This
know.
is my cookie
This is
decorating
my
class.
daughter. So she's been doing this a while.
How did these turn out on them?
Fine.
Like, is it a hand motion for the, so I'm looking at
So-
like the glittery sprinkles.
I would for that one, maybe put it on a spoon first and then do a shaky shake.
Maybe I'm not ready for that. I feel like I'm just gonna get it everywhere.
Could be.
This one's ready.
Hey, if we do finish this, we could do the pretzels too. That's definitely.
We might be baking all night, so
We might
I'm
be.
sure you guys are up to sewing. What are you guys sewing tonight? Or
Yes.
baking for that matter, because
How was everyone's Thanksgiving too? I would
Oh,
love to hear about
absolutely.
that. I didn't set any turkeys on fire and 80% of my stuff turned out correctly.
I was thinking the same thing. How many
So
people
I'm
burnt their
pretty- we're good.
turkey?
I did not do that. Ooh, Georgia is on here. Ellenberg, Washington. So I was telling Chantel the year I burned the turkey, I used to always do a turkey breast, or no, a small turkey in the rotisserie. And like I would do chickens in there too, so it's not like I was not used to using it. But we'd had it for a while and like the wing had like broken free from the trussing. And so it was kind of just not, it would like go around every rotation, it would hit the back where the heat is and it would spark. And I was like, well, I just need it one more turn so I can get the temperature gauge in where it needs to go.
One more.
And it lit on fire. I didn't know what to do. And my husband comes in and he just goes, and the whole thing just went out. And so that was the year I set the turkey on fire. It was still good.
I accidentally burnt the turkey to a bag one year.
Oh,
'Cause it
that's
was
pretty
one of-
good. It was a bag
Because it was
turkey.
a bag turkey, which turned out great. However, I tried to then use it in a roaster and the plastic melted, just you make sure you have a big enough oven. So then the plastic then melted itself to the roaster,
Oh,
which
gosh.
then like
So was this like an oven
smoked it
bag?
in plastic. What?
Was it an oven bag? Like this was the
Yeah, it was
purpose
an
of
oven
it?
bag, but I tried using it in a roast,
Okay.
you know. I've learned a lot since then. I've
Where are the
improved.
other sprinkles at?
There's some right here,
Oh,
but
here's some. So this was like, I think a custom mix that I put together. So sometimes you can get like little packs of sprinkles and then mix them together to create like your own little concoction.
show me the little mason jars. They're really cute.
Oh yeah, I keep them in my tiny little mason jars. I have a little bit bigger ones too if I have like extra, but
I just want to make quilty graffiti all over these.
you can absolutely do that. You just have to leave one plain and then let it set. Maybe leave like two plain to experiment with later. You just need to give it like 30 minutes.
So this icing doesn't stay sticky, right? Like
No,
it's the icing
So-
that you can essentially stack things on.
right now it's super shiny. You probably cannot tell that on the Zoom camera, but it's super shiny right now. Once it gets dull, that's when it has set up enough to be able to either put something next to it or layer on top.
And this is a royal icing alternative.
It is. It's not a true royal icing, but it is close enough. Here, I'll leave.
This really does use some ab. You're like, I gotta get this right.
I don't feel it there. I feel it in my wrist. Like I'll need to do like some wrist massage stuff tomorrow.
Oops. There's pan there.
Don't knock that over. You have children who are supposed to be sleeping. Here, I'll just leave these two. And we'll do some fun stuff together later.
We have Christmas trees to decorate. That'll be fun.
Yeah, that, we can do that next, because that'll have to like set a little bit before you can do more. So that'll be like the first adventure in
Multi-layered.
patience. So what people don't realize is when you decorate like this, it takes a long time to do it. Like, not because of the tediousness, like, I mean, our kids whip these guys out super fast. But if you want it to be like what you would get at a shop, you just have to take your time. Like, no, you're gonna be spending like the entire life decorating cookies. But Chantel is a big Christmas party every year,
I love Christmas.
and I'm always looking for an excuse to bake cookies. And like growing up, my parents, my mom and aunt and grandma had like a cookie exchange going. So like they would each make like 2 or 3 kinds and then exchange, so you would have all the cookies, but no one had to make all the cookies. But as an adult, I never lived near my family, so I've always had to make all the cookies myself if I want to have all the cookies.
So we came up with Cookie Palooza.
We did. Chantel made a graphic and everything.
I did.
We are having fun today. We got Indianapolis here, Georgia. I want to hear about your guys' Thanksgiving. Type in the comments, join in the Zoom. Wonder if we didn't put the Zoom link on correctly when we did this year.
Who knows what we did?
We've been going at this for a long time, almost 10 hours now.
And that's not even counting your travel time
Yeah,
here.
which
And
was longer
both of
because I
us
also did
hosted
around,
Thanksgiving yesterday.
yes. Protected. Okay, so I'm gonna go set mine on the wax paper over there.
I'm coming up with new methods for holding this that are really not working. Okay.
The biggest thing is to hold from the top and do like steady pressure. So when you pick them up, you want to be real careful not to jostle your sugar, which is why you want to keep a good outline. So I'm going to go move mine. I'm going to take my whole tray over and just put them up there to dry for a little while, and we'll move on to something else.
I think I'm gonna need another example of what you mean by the outline.
You are outlining just fine.
I just mean, is it supposed to be higher so it's like a little wall?
If you are immediately filling it in, then you're not going to be able to see that.
No.
If you fill it in later, then you can see it.
There we go. This pain literally feels like the first couple times I used the long arm. It's like that over tension of like trying to control something that wants to go on its own.
All right, so I'm going to do some trees next.
Oh, I'm behind.
You're fine. Or maybe.
I'm going for the doodle factor, I think. I'm gonna do a whole bunch of these open and then. So I loved a free motion quote. I got a quote a little over a year ago for what it would cost to have something custom free motion quilted.
You're like,
And it was like, you know what, maybe what I really want to do is invest in classes to learn how to free motion quilt. So I did that and I never turned back. I could doodle all day long now from stuff like that.
all right, so. I got the snowman instead. So here's what I mean by creating like an outline. So I'm gonna start with the black and I'm gonna do my half red.
All right, let me get this
Oh, you're fine.
filled in or.
And we have to first pull the crusted stuff off the kids were using. What do we
We'll
have
blame
question here? Used to be your cream cheese and frosting on top of sprinkles and call it good. Admire your patience at the decorating process. Yeah, this is really fun.
Once a year, this is great.
Is there just one quilting shop in Muscatine, Iowa? There are 2 that I am aware of. There's Neil Sewing downtown, and then there is the Red Hen. So I'm gonna start with my half brim. I'm just gonna draw my line. Okay. Like that. And then fill it in. I'm not gonna do. See, I just got my brim there. I'm not gonna do the top yet. I want this part to set up for a while first.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start with that.
Is that a number 3?
This is also number 3.
Okay.
Eventually we can move to a number 1 for like detail work.
Now, what kind of frosting do they use, like, when they're writing your name on a birthday?
Probably royal icing. So now, here's the thing, I wanna have my cookie to have some 3D dimension to this.
Okay.
So I do not wanna do his head yet, I'm just gonna do his belly.
Oh, okay, so that it kind of gives the idea, like,
Yeah.
there's a snowball
Basically,
with a snowball and a
yeah,
snowball.
we're having a good time. We are enjoying
We are.
ourselves, even though we are way tired. Your husband, maybe not, but. So now if I just go around. And I do his tummy.
So basically doing layers
Yes.
of what's not touching and then going in and doing the layers of
So
what's in
this is
between that.
essentially what we'll do with the trees too, but I wanted to like finish
Have a
with
good-
my white, you know? Cause we're gonna have to make some more colors. So right now I've just got like every other section. So later we'll come in and do his head, the rest of his hat, and we'll do his head and his body. But for right now, I have him good to go. If I wanted to, I could sprinkle him with a little bit of,
So he's not really sprinkleable later because he
No.
solidifies.
Exactly.
So is there like a product that you like can paste on there later on to, or do you just have to do another
Yes.
layer of frosting?
So there is,
I literally know nothing.
there
about
is like a spray glitter that you can use. I used it when Angela did like a Wednesday cake to make it shiny. If I really wanted to do this smartly though, I would have done my tummy first and then that, because now I had to be careful not to get this on my hat brim
Oh,
if I wanted to be really smart about it.
well, we wanted to be average.
It's all good.
Okay, where am I putting these? Very on
Yeah,
brand.
just over there. We made so many cookies today. My brain is
We
fried.
probably, we'll tell them all the
You
different
made
kinds we
more
make.
cookies than you made
I
probably in
made
your
more
whole life.
cookies today than I've ever made in my life.
Yes. And you don't have to put sprinkles on like every single one. Like I'm only doing 4 of these, so I'm gonna sprinkle them all at one time. It doesn't set up quite that fast. So what do we do? We started with the Hershey Kiss cookies, but we use no, that because we messed that up first. That is true. We did sugar first because we needed to get that in the fridge.
I learned that there's cookie dough that you have to like refrigerate in between making it
Do you know why?
to make it hard.
Because it makes it easier to there's 2 reasons. One, it's easier to shape into balls.
So hard.
And 2, it makes it spread out a little not so fast. So that was the reason why we did the
So it makes it
M&M
hard.
cookies. Because the colder it is, the less spread you're gonna get. I think I'm gonna put some in my hand here so I can better control where the sprinkles go. But
You don't reuse these bags, right? These are like a
No,
one
these
and
are
done
cost.
adventure.
you get your chip out of it and then you throw out the rest of it. They do make reusable bags. That is a thing. They make silicone ones.
Imagine that would be a mess.
I have them. I have never used them. My sister got them for me. I thought it was a great idea. But what else do we do? We did one other one, right?
Well, we
Before?
did, we
Alright,
got
you need
the,
to give yourself a little bit more space, so you're not right on top of it. There you go.
I'm like the kids here.
You are a little bit, and you can get a little close to the edges too, if you want.
He's a thin snow. Okay,
He's on Ozempic.
he's on Ozempic. He's on a diet.
This one is misshapen.
This is not a good snow for this guy.
What did we make after that? Another
The
one that
red
kinda-
ones.
Yes, we made red velvet, white chocolate chip cookies and put those in the fridge. And then,
I learned how to use the coloring
yeah,
for that one. That was key. And then we made salt and sun butter
That was something.
kiss cookies. The salted sounds great, except it was supposed to be
It was so
sugared.
bad.
It was so bad. So we're still not sure how exactly it happened.
remember touching this.
Somehow in the little bowl that, you know, you essentially, and sun butter because I have a peanut allergy. But for whatever reason, when you're
So
supposed to
when we-
roll them in sugar,
When we
but we
roll,
accidentally got salt in there instead of sugar.
not we, it's
I-
definitely me. But yeah, so we both make dough balls and then roll them in there. And then we went to taste test one because I wanted to see how it tastes with the sun butter instead of regular peanut butter. I was like, it's really salty. And so she went to taste one. She's like, oh, my God. And then we tested the stuff we had rolled the entire batch of cookies in. And yeah, I had messed that up. So we had to redo those.
And then we were afraid that we had used salt in all of the cookies we had already prepped.
I was like, this is a sign that like if you have dementia, it's time to go to the old folks home. I'm in trouble.
Well, you also got lost.
I did. Well, I didn't get lost. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't have my GPS going because I thought I know how to get to Peoria from the Quad Cities. And I did not take on 74, stayed on 80.
After she
So I messed
forgot
that
her
up.
phone charger, so you know, she's,
I was on a roll today.
oh, I need to make the brim of it.
Yes.
Forgot my brim. That was ridiculous. That was just.
That was funny. It worked out. So the trees you can really have some fun with because you can create like your own kind of boughs. Like how you want that to be. And the more you kind of pull the I mean, not, you kind of want to stay closer when you're doing the fill. But when you're going further away from it, that's when you can really kind of have some fun. So like here, I'm going to touch and then I'm going to pull it down to create.
Hold on, I'm gonna
the
watch
full
in a
line
second.
for the
I'm in,
tree.
I'm in brim mode.
You're all good. Do we have any stars that I can put on the tip of my tree? Sprinkles.
Yeah, we got presents. These big presents might be fun.
That could be fun.
So we got big presents. I'll go take a look. Eyeballs.
Oh, and my daughter put eyeballs on her Christmas tree. If you ever want to have fun, oh yeah, we are in Peoria. That's her hometown. Have you ever, oh, we have conciliation, spent almost a whole day looking for things I had just put down. Yeah, I do that with my phone on a regular basis. Regular.
You need some of this for your trees? Some tree powder? I don't know what that.
I am going to have this be a frosting adventure. This is not gonna be a sprinkle adventure for me.
There are some stars in one of those, but not like big ones.
That's okay. We'll make yellow eventually. So this is where like CM, I don't actually like the way that looks. Let's do that again. So you can pull it away a little bit
Uh-huh,
and then that creates like the dimension of the tree, like the different boughs and stuff on it.
okay.
Well, what I typically do is I'll do like 4 or 5 different designs. And then by the time I'm done decorating like one set, like going through my first little set like this,
Uh-huh,
then I can go through and do some other stuff.
okay.
And it's
So you kinda
dried enough.
alternate.
Yeah.
Maybe
And
I'll
what-
grab something different than the trees, cause you're like in tree mode.
You could do deer antlers.
That might work.
There's some over here.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I was like, we have 3.
Hopefully more than that.
So sorry if we start leaning in like this, we're like trying to read
We're
what
looking.
everybody's saying.
Chantel doesn't have her glasses on.
Yeah, I don't know where I put them either.
I've
Good
read a
luck.
lot of them out loud. I think we probably screwed up the Zoom line today. 'Cause either that or everybody's hanging with family, which is could be.
I haven't gotten a text from like Gwendolyn or something, maybe, we'll see. Nothing.
It's all good. It's a family day.
It is.
My husband worked all day, so
Oops.
you're
Oh,
my
dear.
adopted family.
Yay.
You're the family I chose. That's the best family.
Oh,
Well, not that I don't love my real family. I would hear something from my dad about that if I didn't
except for you,
clarify.
Daddy.
I love you, Daddy. Not that he's watching.
No, not at all.
I'm sure this is not his jam.
Is that what that's supposed to look like?
It could. I usually use white for deer antlers, but yeah,
No, this deer has got blood.
that's okay. We're gonna have slightly racist animals because I forgot the brown, so they're gonna be white.
They're all, maybe we're just
They're gonna be
changing it
skin
up a little bit.
toned. It's okay.
Hmm,
It's fine.
you do the eyeballs. I'm like trying to think of what I can
It's
come up with.
fine. Okay, I'm done with the
we're-
grade. So have at it.
Okay, thank you, because so far my my efforts are.
It's all good. But I am, before I put these away, I'm just gonna do my tree stump in black.
Because we don't have brown.
I forgot my brown food color. It's like, I got all the Christmas colors. We're good. How about I?
I'm so filthy.
Yeah,
I
we're very
just-
dirty.
I was pretty clean until somebody decided to blow up the mixer. And then it was like,
I didn't
whatever.
intentionally blow up the
Who
mixer.
cares anymore? We did end up only using one mixer. She brought,
2 tubs full of things.
oh my gosh.
My husband thought I was insane. Adam's like, Chantel doesn't have sugar. I'm like, I
We're
don't
not
think
trusting on Chantel having anything
I
regarding
trusted
cooking.
that you had
Everything Pampered Chef and
a powder or baking soda. I figured you probably had that. I didn't bring that one.
that was
Because I couldn't put
still,
a lid on it.
we probably had that because John uses it for
Something or other.
yeah, for his chicken, actually. If you can believe that, to make his chicken crispy.
Trees. Here, Chantal, you get an extra tree.
Yay! Is this what you meant by the,
Yes. Wait. All right, we probably need to. Figure out where we're putting these things.
this is, see, she knew that this part was gonna be the part that was gonna hook me
And
to
keep
the
you
possibility of
entertained.
baking, because I tell you, at about 2, it was like,
I'm
what kind of
both tired
illness
of
can
chicken.
I have right now that would get me out of it? Attention span's not great. So you can imagine of like, oh my gosh, we're on like, well, and at first you're not actually baking anything.
Well, we were getting dough ready. More than anything.
I can't imagine doing this though without my husband here today to like,
Make sure the kids didn't kill each other.
yeah, I mean, they were in a feral mood. Your kids, it was so funny. Mine were acting out. And her daughter, Angela, just looks at me and she's like, we don't normally act like this because they were being really good. We're usually like at each other. And it's
Yeah,
like,
they're naughty. They kill each other on a regular basis.
she was so funny. It made me feel a lot better. And I was like, that was like a Stephanie move to just be like, they're not normally like this, except it was totally the kids that were like, we're not normally like this. We get along. We're like your kids. Okay, the Christmas trees are fun. You warned me.
I told you. You're gonna have a good time Christmas tree.
Do we have a different color green?
I mean, we could have a different color green.
Ooh.
We have to make more powdered sugar
Oh
at some
God.
point. That wasn't so bad.
I guess not.
Why did the chat move? I can't see you all now.
I'm just trying to do this. Oh goodness.
Seriously, what is going on
Okay.
here?
So yeah, we host a big party for my husband's work and these are hopefully not made with salt instead of sugar.
I know they're not made with salt instead of sugar.
God, can you imagine?
I was a good girl, except for the one time.
Oh my gosh. You're like, you're the one supposed to be making these rookie mistakes. Which was totally a fair comment.
You know, honestly, I feel like it probably was good that I made them. That
It made
is,
me feel, she did it to make me feel more comfortable.
that is not what I did, but
Totally.
you can say that's the reason. I made, that is the ugliest antler ever.
I mean, mine are black instead of white. I didn't even think about, I mean, I
I know,
have,
but like I should have like,
so I have a fake jackalope, because you can't have a real jackalope, it's not a real animal, but a lot of people don't know that, you know, so, which is kind of funny. I thought narwhals weren't real for a long time. Actually,
that looks better.
that does look better. But, so we have a fake jackalope up there, and his antlers are black with white.
Well, there you go. You're making.
I'm making
jackalopes. Oh, goodness.
You're making reindeer, I'm making jackalopes, you know, it's.
All good. The chat's being weird. It like moved position.
We have no idea why, and it's, so,
I'll figure it out when I switch cookies next. I won't be too long with this one.
this is really.
I told you, you could do them for all kinds of occasions, Chantal.
Well, I don't wanna do the making the cookie part. That wasn't too bad, though.
Because it was shapes.
That wasn't too bad. I mean, my fear is like the consistency. She knows the exact like consistency that it's supposed to be. and-
Yeah, because I've done it a million times.
I know.
It's like quilting. You do it a time or two before you know what you need. to look
Right,
for.
what you need to smudge and what
Yeah.
you actually need to have as a scan.
All right, so we got some antlers on, and that's all that's gonna happen with these guys for right now. All
Oh,
right.
your antlers look good. Mine are,
You only did one set. They'll be fine.
I guess I didn't have a good idea in my head of what antlers are supposed to look like.
I mean, obviously the first one, I just
You know,
filled
there-
in the whole thing and that would have been fine too.
there are certain bucks that have antlers like that or that are considered like a better rack because of, I mean, only when you're in Illinois, right? You know, things like that.
I don't know things like that. I can tell you that for sure.
It's a very unique rack, and so it's more valuable, but I'm making jackalopes apparently.
So
So
whatever you want to do, Chantel, they're your cookie.
I have to, you know, you might be taking all the jackalopes home with you.
No, keeping them and you're serving them at your party.
You're gonna be like, what are these? Like, how do you not know jackalopes?
I still can't believe I accidentally forgot the brown. And it didn't even occur to me to get the brown.
That does seem, it's an important one for this.
It is very important.
Oh, well. What are you grabbing now?
You know what, I think I'm good to do more snowmen, actually. Although soon I'm gonna have to actually.
Kind of like my black antlers. I'm gonna tip them with a little bit of white, I think.
There you go. So the biggest thing is if you're mixing colors, if you do it when it's still wet, then it will all appear flat. If you wait for it to set up a little bit, then that's when you get your dimension. So you are not gonna be able to see this at home. But Chantel, do you see how this is not as shiny anymore?
Yeah, it kind
glossy?
of has a matte look
Yeah.
to it, like,
It's more matte and it's not moving at all. So that's when you know it's not set by any means. Like you could not stack these cookies right now. But I can start to go around and create my second set here. And it's at this point that if you want to add more sprinkles, you are SOL. Not gonna happen.
okay, so like this guy here.
Yeah, so that's gonna look like it has just kind of become one because you haven't waited for it to dry.
I kind of like that.
That's called wet on wet technique.
Oops.
I think I might run out of white.
He has a unique rack, apparently.
There you go. I don't know anybody who hunts.
Turned out cute.
This is a point too, Chantel, where you really want to like make sure that it's touching.
Okay,
So that way you don't have gaps in your cookie. Because if they're not filling out now, they're not.
if you go in with another layer, it's gonna
Yeah.
look like another layer.
So I think right now you can kind of tell, maybe you can see online that it is a lot shinier on the ones I just did that doesn't have the sprinkles in that middle.
And it looks very clearly like a
It looked
different
very different.
fall of the,
Um,
you know, we could just use 2 pans so that we don't have to keep switching everything back and forth.
I'm fine with the exercise. You can do that if you'd like.
Am I ready to do a layer of doodling? Or are
Oh,
we gonna
yeah,
wait for that?
you can maybe, let's take a look and see what it
How
looks
about my
like.
snowman?
Do your stomach.
I don't think anybody said any sewing projects. They're just watching us be ridiculous.
Yep, reminding us of your granddaughter and was 3 and invited her godmother and aunt to decorate cookies. They had such a fun, crazy evening. It is fun. One year at Easter, my parents did not want it at their house because the idea of 5 grandkids with sprinkles and frosting does not jam with their nice clean house now that they have been empty nesters for a really long time. But so we were at my sister's house and I made a double batch like I did today of cookies with an Easter theme, and I made up the frosting ahead of time. And so all they had to do was decorate, and boy, did those kids have a blast.
I felt kind of bad that we had to hurry these ones along,
I
but
know.
it was that kind of day.
You know, we can't, this frosting will stay good overnight. So if we wanted to leave them some gingerbread
That's
to do in
probably
the
a good
morning,
idea.
we could do that. Yeah, Lily was the worst. She was, well, not worst. She was like tugging at your heartstrings worse. She's like, Mom, I don't want this to be the only time we decorate cookies. Cause she's like a little artist. Like she can color in the lines and she's not even in kindergarten yet. And she will like very deliberately like color every single scale of a fish a different color. She just loves it.
She did say that. She was,
So she has fun. A lot of fun. Maybe I won't run out of white. Oh yeah, I was gonna check on the link, wasn't I?
oh
In the
yeah,
chat. So we can see if anyone
My-
can join us.
yeah, we're being distracting.
Yeah, we're
Or
distracted
else.
today.
The funny thing is
So
that the
tired.
ad that popped up before this was about like,
Your
you-
mental health.
yeah, your mental health. Are you feeling like, you know, mental fog and all this stuff? I'm like,
All day long.
yes,
All day.
yes, that's us.
Well, we had a lot going on at one time. So much going on at one time.
I would have never survived without you here, even knowing how to do this with,
Well, even I don't normally do as much in one day as we did today.
okay, well, that makes me feel a little better.
This was a lot.
Cookie Palooza.
Maybe next year we do one less set of cookies.
Nah, next year we take on more because we forget how ridiculous this was.
Maybe next year I come with these already done. And then the kids can decorate.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea to have a set done. Maybe next year I'll make the set.
Go practice. I think we took our first class in like, it was like a Valentine's cookie decorating class. And I was like, we need to do this every holiday so that by the time Christmas comes around, we're going to be really good. And we did. We had really good cookies.
You're like the new Martha Stewart.
I don't know about that. Oh, you
At
know
least-
what? I was not smart because I was going to put these on before I did the hat. I would not do that.
Are you distracted? Do you have
I'm
mental
very
fog?
distracted. Very distracted. Oh, there is someone on. Kathy's coming.
Yeah.
So we did have the right leg. Everyone's just busy tonight.
This post-holiday.
It is. Everyone's still got the tryptophan in their systems.
I think so. I think we do too.
I know I do. Oh my gosh.
I didn't even eat turkey and I.
Hey ladies,
Hello.
Hi.
We're
how are you
not,
doing? Cookies, yummy.
yeah, we've been baking all day long.
You guys look tired.
I think we've been baking for 10 hours now.
I mean, you still look great. You just
Oh,
Oh,
no, we
thanks.
don't.
tired,
We're covered
you
in
know,
so gross. And your
doing a
husband
good job.
week afterwards, and
Sorry.
he'll be happy. Give him some more of those pumpkin cake tops I made.
I'm gonna have to make him something at this point. You're like, you took.
You did. You made a bunch of things.
Have to eat them all. To feel better.
Then you want to pay for your part.
Probably just wants a Nintendo Switch so I can play video games, right?
So to me, this is still not done. So I'm gonna go put this back over, and then later we can add some eyeballs and scarves. And like buttons. But you can get as detailed as you want with this stuff. It's really fun.
So I gotta be quiet when
Yeah.
I do the actual like sprinkling, otherwise. I
Yeah,
suck.
usually my daughter and my grandsons and her husband and I and the other two grandparents, we get together and we all decorate cookies.
We've decorated cookies as in getting one of those, the kits that
Yeah.
are just awful and they don't taste
Yeah.
great. But you can say you decorated cookies, but
Mm-hmm.
These are actually
I'm like. I
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really good at baking.
would say that I qualify in the not very good at baking. Well, now I'm.
Now you know what you're doing.
It just takes time.
There was a lot of terminology I didn't know, actually, just like
Yeah.
cream.
I didn't know that if the cookie dough is too warm, they'll spread out thin and flat.
Yeah, so that's something I learned today.
Yeah,
Is like some things need to be refrigerated.
for a little bit so they don't, they don't spread out and be a wafer.
I learned a lot today. Hopefully I take some of it and put it in the memory box.
There you go.
But if my brain decides to not cooperate, I got somebody I can call.
You do. I can get a phone friend.
Who you gonna call? Stephanie.
Ghostbusters.
Wow, these are really cute.
I told you.
Have you guys ever heard of Skinwalker Ranch?
Heard
I
of
know
what?
Skinwalker Ranch.
No, I haven't.
It's on the History Channel.
Oh yeah, I have.
I don't watch like normal
like-
TV.
It's like
Um,
yeah, it looks like it's pitches itself as like a real thing, and it's totally
Yeah, the government was out there for 20 years with Bigelow Airspace because he owned
Like There for aliens.
the ranch.
Mm-hmm.
And then he sold it to this billionaire guy, Brandon, and he was into it. But they figured out more because technology's better. So they figured out more. I've been watching the episodes and it's so interesting. They don't know what's going on. They don't know why certain things are happening. And they found a cone directly coming from the bottom of the mesa all the way to about 30 feet. And then it's like stuff hits that 30 feet and it just drops out of the sky like it's hitting something. And then they don't call it UFOs anymore. They call it UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena.
Oh,
So people get sick on a whim, cattle mutilations.
weird. How does this deal with cookies?
It doesn't. Just before I got on here, I was watching it. I was just so fascinated.
You crack me
Okay, I'll
up.
change the subject.
That's so funny. It was just like,
Out
this
of the
is gonna
blue.
come around. No.
But you know what's interesting is this, they had this one, all the cows started moving from one area of the paddock to another. And this one calf was left behind. He was going in circles, like literally just
Mhm.
going in circles, around and around and around and around. So they called the vet. Of course, it stopped. Well, when they captured the little guy, his eyes were white. Radio wave or microwaves burnt his eyes, so he's blind. That's what
I
happened
have
to
not
him.
watched this before.
Okay, this is creepy. And I wonder like how real it is.
Yeah, I have to question the reality of all of it, but I love watching stuff like that where
So these
like
guys are all
shows of ghosts.
astrophysicists. You remember the Tic Tac thing from the military? That's how we finally got military to tell us that they've been seeing this stuff.
What?
The Tic Tac event. Just look it up.
We'll have to.
Well, we
The-
are about to make
I'm sorry.
a royal
No, it's
icing.
about cookie.
So if you guys want to take this down, this is what we're about to do. I just put half a cup of warm water in the mixer.
Okay.
And I am now adding 1 tablespoon of meringue powder. This is kind of replaces egg yolks. It tastes a lot better. And you don't have to worry about salmonella.
And where did you buy that?
I bought it online, but you can get it at like Amazon or somewhere. But you can get it at places like Party City or like a
Probably-
kitchen store, things like
Probably
that.
like Hobby Lobby.
Maybe.
Don't they have a lot of baking stuff that
They do have it.
I don't know. Those are aisles I avoid. So
And then you want a whisk attachment for this. It's very important.
she's like, "Do you have a
Mhm.
whisk attachment?" I was like, "I happen to have a whisk attachment." Just I don't know why.
So I always lock mine before I get started.
Or she turns it on to 8, one or the
And-
other, depending on
Okay.
which side of the mixer she's on.
So this is gonna be loud for a second. We're gonna let it go for like about 2-3 minutes. So it can
Okay.
get super bubbly and frothy.
Okay.
You're our tester today. You're like our, we're teaching you how to bake.
The one who doesn't know how. Right.
Can't hear very well.
Me neither. I think we kind of get the
Happening.
hand signals. I can't hear it though.
Yeah. That's okay.
I was gonna ask you, when's the last date that I can get the first half of the payment in? Because it was supposed to be the middle of this month that I'll have it. So will that be okay? Just the loss of possible rooms, right? Oh, you're on you're on mute.
We can't hear you.
All right, so it is now really
You know
frothy. I'm gonna bring you guys over so you can see. And actually, Chantel, would you get my charger from the bag? Because we probably should plug the computer in soon. So it's super frothy
Mm.
right now. It's like very,
Mhm.
very bubbly. That's what we want.
Okay. And what is that?
That was meringue powder.
Oh, okay.
So now
My mom,
an entire 2-pound bag of powdered sugar, and we're gonna put it in there slowly. We did it in 3 parts earlier. I would do at least 2. And I usually don't make a huge hole in this bag because otherwise it just gets really messy.
mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna put about half in. There you go. Messy. Okay. That out of the way a little bit. So I lock it, and then I like take my hand and I don't let it go all the way to the first position.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually plug it on the other side too.
That works.
Okay,
It works for now, at least.
all right.
Get it.
So I don't let it go all the way to the first position. Because otherwise you'll have a big cloud. So you want to just do like a little one.
Yeah, I learned today that you're allowed to like hold it kind of in between a position if you need to. I learned a lot about my mixer today. My husband is usually the one, like, if you want sweets, he's the one that's gonna be making it. Woo, we need the thinger.
Dust powder. It's fine. We'll do the worst of it. I think I lost it.
Oh, here it is. There it is, and we are through the worst of it.
I am adding more now. All right, so that's looking good. Once it's incorporated, it starts to look like a goop. You can probably kind of see it.
And it looks to
down
be
here.
curly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll whip up and get stiffer. It goes, right?
Yeah, it has, I don't know, it has a very distinct look to it when it was done, but she taught me a little trick and we'll get to that on how to make sure it's actually where it needs to be.
Okay.
That's egg whites, right?
Again.
You and
I know, I got it everywhere this time. I was cleaning out that for myself.
I know.
I do little bits and pieces.
Basically, once the dust cloud is done, that's when you can move it up to a higher speed.
Got it.
Welcome to our baking show.
I know, right?
It's a sidekick.
The best videos you have is you like painting your cabinet, right?
Touch.
Yeah.
It's okay to switch it up.
Okay.
It's
once in a
like
while.
popcorn right now, so I'm gonna.
It looks curdled. That means it needs more water. Here, why don't you bring the computer over so they can see?
Trying not to murder everything, so.
So this needs more water. So I got another half cup. I'm gonna put maybe a quarter cup in.
Mhm.
We're gonna see.
Back off before we take out,
So
so you can hear that
This
sound,
like leaky sound.
like
That's
mud on
good.
boots.
That's what we want.
You can see it's still really pearly, which I was kind of surprised about, but then we end up putting in vanilla and it gives it more that like, I don't know, I think of Kona snow color
Oh,
as
okay.
opposed to Kona white.
Okay.
Clearly, I only quilt.
Right, so that's looking pretty good. We'll get a little
Really? No, I'm
in
kidding.
there.
It's Kona, it'll be Kona snow after we put the vanilla in instead of Kona white.
Yeah. They do make additives to make it white.
Oh,
Most of the time I feel like this is fine.
You know, I ordered this and I didn't know what I ordered, and my granddaughter's 10. And I thought, oh wow, I must have had a moment that would, because she wants to learn how to make jewelry. And I got this on Temu for $1, but it's got all the little clasps
oh,
All
so
the-
for jewelry.
to make jewelry. But look at this. Look at how many. It's got one.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so I am now
Two.
adding
Hold on, Kathy.
3 tablespoons of corn syrup, and that is TB tablespoons. And we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of vanilla. That's what makes it taste good because it can still taste bitter with that
Okay.
meringue or even with all the sugar.
That Cairo syrup.
Real time.
Real time, yes. You're doing it live.
Doing it live.
And once I add this, it's gonna be like kind of brown for a little bit.
That'll come out of it a little though.
Yeah, it'll come out once it mixes in.
It's really a trust the process type of thing because I did
Definitely.
not,
I will say, when I took the class, it did not, they just gave us the recipe. They did not tell us how to make any of this. It was just
Really.
reading.
What's it look like now?
It makes this sound.
All right, I can still see a good chunk. Oop, wrong one. I did it
There we go
again.
again. Except without the powder this
I
time.
can see a ton of like vanilla, like you beat up on the sides. I'm just scraping down the sides here. All right, we need some bowls soon.
Oh yeah, all our bowls got put in
I
the.
put them in there.
You used them all, did you?
Oh, wait, it's trick time. Good. You wanna hold the computer? You wanna hold the computer?
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna bring you over here. This is the trick. So if you take a spoon, or in this case, a fork, and you make a little dribble, you're supposed to count to 7 to 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it went back in. That means it'll be a little runny, but I prefer mine a little runnier than too thick.
Okay.
If
You
it's,
do have a little powder here on the side if you want to incorporate
you
them.
know, that's okay. I don't trust that that's clean anymore. Anything that has touched royal icing needs to go immediately into water. It'll be horrible to wash.
It turns into like glue,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm-hmm. Paper mache.
It's sugar-based glue.
Basically.
When we were kids. Sugar and water.
So now we can make our other colors.
You guys are getting a very personal look at my kitchen today.
And
You got a
separate-
beautiful
No.
kitchen. Much bigger than mine. Hi, Oliver.
I have no idea where anything has gone.
Okay.
I'm a guest in my own kitchen today.
You're doing great. All right, I got to go to the latest. So how about you?
I'm gonna get this filled up.
That'll work.
Maybe we take a 1-minute
Well, we
break here.
can't take a break.
We can't take a break. Never mind.
This is not something we can take a break at. We gotta get it dyed and in bags, or the icing will start to set up.
Oh, great.
Okay, so we're gonna do red. You want another green? Oh, no, we need to have a skin tone.
Hmm.
Okay, so I'll do that in here.
All right, you show me what to do with one of them and I'll give it a shot.
Put that there.
Okay.
And we want our no taste red. This is very important, otherwise it tastes gross. We need a sharp knife to open that because it hasn't opened yet. And let's get some yellow.
Here's your sharp.
All right, start stirring this up.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
will
kidding.
stain your
It's just,
fingers.
it's just red.
You will stain your fingers pretty bad on that one. Okay, let me get another. Knife.
Oil,
dollop in
an
there.
oil-based cleanser will do wonders on that.
That was a lot, that was more red
Maybe
than I
we should have a half-price baking show.
I mean, basically is what's happening right now. All right, stir that sucker up.
Oh, wow,
It's very potent.
that's really yellow. All right, let's turn this down a bit. I still have bubbles on my hand and everything.
Oh, that is yellow.
It's
Wow.
very yellow. Royal icing tends to take color really well, a lot better than darkening does.
Pancake, you're gonna tear up my carpet. Pancake.
Cool.
Pancake.
Oh, one, we don't want that.
Maybe for the yellow,
Probably for the yellow. All right,
because I feel like
I gotta go check. Nah, that's not fine. All right, stir this guy up.
I got you.
If you keep stirring them, you
The stir lady.
All right. How I actually feel in a kitchen is like, what am I doing?
Yeah, I'm not very good in the kitchen either.
Oh
I'm
my God.
glad I'm glad I goofed up though.
I
for all
can't,
these.
she left me alone.
That's why I'm trying to get your mind off it.
I got this. I'm good at,
Poor,
all the
poor
things
thing.
I've learned today, this is what it's come down to right here. Don't mess it up.
Yep.
Man, this stuff is tough, like on your hands. Okay. Hi, John. My husband's here.
Ah,
Kids are asleep. I'm on the live right now by myself. You want to come say hi? He's like,
oh.
absolutely not. He
Well,
says.
hello, even though you don't want to say hi.
Kathy says hi. Just you, me, and like 100 of our favorite friends. Whatever. I'm putting one of these together for the first time. Never done that. I think I did it wrong.
Oh, one of those bags.
I have no idea. John's looking
You're
at me.
asking
You know what you're
somebody
doing?
that
I'm like, kids
my
are
daughter
asleep.
knows
You've
how
done
to
well.
bake. My
Got
grandson
all
knows
the
how to
leaves.
bake.
Okay. I'm gonna try to pour something into something. Okay. You do this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wait, what? I did that. Perfect, she says.
You need a funnel
Oh my gosh.
to hold that. That's what you do, pretty much.
Okay. I think I saw this on TV once. Didn't think it was gonna be on my own. Oh my god. Anybody watching right now have any tips for me? So they don't, you know,
Yeah, I'm not too good for her.
I have no idea what are we doing? Oh, it's coming out the bottom. Oh god. I should have paid more attention when she did this the first time.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my gosh, Kathy, this is ridiculous.
You're fine. That's what they do. They scoop it in there and then, doing what you're doing.
Is it?
Unless she's got some kind of holder.
I think we have the holder. I am the holder.
Oh. Do you prefer a
When nature
regular?
calls. So,
Go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say, when nature calls, you gotta go. So
Yeah,
I am.
exactly.
This is
I
the ultimate
call it
test.
paying the water bill. I gotta go pay the water bill.
Coming
Be
out the
right back.
bottom as I fill the top. Is that normal?
Yeah, I'd probably stop right there. Is it right up close to that bend?
What?
Is it right up close to the bend where you've got it turned over?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably stop at that point because you're gonna turn it.
Okay.
She
Maybe
may
I'll
tell you
just go for good
differently,
luck.
but
She doesn't like wasting this stuff. She doesn't save her fabric scraps, but we save every ounce
oh,
of frosting.
send them my way. Put them in a bag. Send them my way. I'll pay for the postage.
I know, right?
Yep,
I mean, they're going to somebody.
you.
I think I did it, guys.
Let's see. Yeah, you did. Bow, bow. There you go.
All right. Now we try the colored ones, huh?
Same thing.
Okay.
Maybe I'll do that.
The ultimate test though, right? Like not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
Find out by doing. Hey, that's the best way to learn, in my opinion. You gotta do it.
Yeah, you got to do
Listen
it.
all day long, but
You can talk all day long. You can set it up all day long.
not.
You can
Hmm?
prepare all day long. In the long run, that doesn't get you anywhere.
Why don't you show your project real quick? I'll be right back.
My project? Oh. The same one? My EPP? I've got a few now.
I think
Leave me alone. Okay.
sorry, the kids are like,
I'm doing
we
the
thought they
kitties.
were asleep.
I'm doing the kitties with posts.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, and my sister, I think the other one's gonna be cuter. It's gonna be the same kitties, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna have gold posts. No, black posts, gold, no, black sashing, gold posts.
Got you.
So
That's cute. I love those kitties. I'm not a big cat person, but I can get down with.
I like these kitties. I know it's the block is a little big, but you know, everybody wants a quilt and I really want to finish one. So I thought this would be an easy quilt to, you know, do. And then my sister, I actually had some Kona Moda, sorry. Moda. I had a layer cake called Wild Blossoms. I don't know what happened to the fabric, but it wasn't like that when I first got it. It's somehow it got wet or something because
Wait, what
now
happened?
my 10-inch pieces kind of go like this. They lose,
Oh,
you know what I mean? So I'm wondering if
yeah.
I just washed them
Wait,
and
did you
then
buy them and then wash them? Your 10-inch pieces?
no, I didn't wash them. I just had them in a plastic project case, and I put those
Oh.
uh little packages in there that keep them from getting, you
Are the
know.
kids okay? Good. Sorry. This is
No, you're
like
fine.
real life here. We have things going on in the
You
background.
guys, you guys, I'm envious. You guys have a good time.
My
Now, it's
God.
nice that you both have children at around the same ages,
They
and
played so well together today. And like I said, it was really funny because Stephanie's kids were acting like little angels and they're like, we're not normally like this. They just said it outright. Like we don't normally do this.
oh yeah,
Which is
kids know.
hilarious.
Kids know.
The kids ate too much sugar today for sure. They're never going to bed.
I
But it is normal for it to come out the bottom like that. You're doing just fine.
It's normal for it to
Yes.
come out the bottom like that?
Yeah. The biggest
Okay.
thing is you want to make sure that you're stirring. If it takes a minute to get to stuff, because otherwise it doesn't allow it to start forming.
All right, I didn't get all of that one, but I
That's fine.
tried really hard and
Mm,
it was coming out the bottom. I didn't know what I was doing. It wasn't going in quite like this one is.
We're gonna cover this.
Did-
Oh,
did she do okay? I kind of told her.
I'm fabulous.
Yeah, we got it.
Hold down the port.
Oh, I
And
made
we
some. Did I
didn't
do
know
the
what
right
I-
amount on the tip? You did good, you did good. Okay, I kind of messed these up here. They're like making a mess on each
We'll
other.
have to share.
All right, you know what? Let
You're
me
good.
watch you do it now because
Now
I
that
didn't
you
cut
know.
that much off the tip.
You know, it's a learned experience.
Turned my hands green.
You have. All right, do we have a number 3 still?
I think we're down to just
This
one.
is a 2, which is tiny.
But most of the red is a decoration. It's not.
I was thinking of doing like a full dress, but that's okay.
Oh,
So,
sorry, I used the one on this.
no, you're fine.
We only have yellow dresses. We don't get red dresses.
So hold it like that. And then if you put it over, then I'll do like the first couple and get it good to go.
Sorry, I had. This is where we are tonight. Our kids.
I'm gonna
are-
need another drink too. I'm sorry. I'm discombobulated at the moment.
The kids are funny.
They are funny.
Oh, who you do.
And what, we have 5 of them here right now.
We do.
And it doesn't get any better.
And we're our own level of kid.
We've been going
If
too
you
long.
have a
just
child
not
that's
happy.
that clings to you, that child will cling to you in adult life as well.
It was a good day.
It was a
That's
good
good.
day.
It would be better if we had like some of the time Saturday too.
We
Mm.
not,
We
so-
don't. It would have been so bad though. So rushed. Anyway, then you just kind of take it and you kind of work it down a little bit. And like I said, it's normal for it to come out a little bit, but then you can give it that initial twist. And the biggest thing is you want to keep it on a plate. That way.
It turns into, it's sugar glue.
It is
what I've
basically,
learned.
But
Mhm.
amounts come off easy. Big amounts like this, it would be awful to take off. So you gotta immediately get it under water.
Cheers. Cheers.
Oh, can you imagine? Oh, I thought those were, never mind.
I always
thought
have these, so my little Rizzies.
No, you're fine. I
And
just,
we're back to decorating, so I'm gonna turn y'all.
okay. Okay,
I know.
does anybody else
funny,
have,
aren't
I
they?
know, can I ask a EPP question, or do I have to
yeah.
stay on cookies?
Go for it. No. Ask the EPP question, because I think ultimately that everybody's there is basically working on sewing. I think we're the only ones that
Well, you did say that, and we were okay with that.
it's today is a baking show, but like it's never, well, once a year.
Mhm.
A baking show, maybe twice.
Fine.
I put
Hey,
it,
you know what? That's perfectly a-okay. That's perfectly a-okay.
Okay, what are we doing next?
we are continuing icing what we had. So what do we have that needs another layer? For me, it's my trees.
Your trees could use another layer, but they are looking still a little
We need
shiny.
some fleshy reindeer.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna start with my gingerbread and do some dresses.
So what was your EPP question?
Oh, now that I've been doing the glue base thing,
I love
I'm finding that my corners and everything are really sharp,
Yep.
and I like that. The only problem is that I'm getting I think I'm pulling it too close to the edge of the plate.
Yes.
So that
you
I'm not
will get some
getting-
stretching if you're not careful, because it's easy
Exactly.
to yank your fabric.
Yeah. So I'm having a hard time getting through because there's no space.
Yeah, so
So.
I
Just lightly.
love sewing a hand like basted instead of glue basted.
I do too. I think I'm gonna go
love
back to
It
it.
feels so comfortable. Where did that white come from on my tree?
Oh, no. Sometimes they just appear out of nowhere, but I would wait to do any more because that is not set up enough yet.
Oh,
'Cause you
I
can
think
see
I'm
how
gonna
it's
go
kinda
back
melding
to it.
together. Oh, you cannot see our heads right now.
that's okay. But, technical difficulties. We've never filmed
So-
together.
We have
So
not.
you,
Don't see other have we?
so you do use the straight
I
basting?
use glue mostly, but I love the way the thread base like sets up. It's a lot easier to sew, in my opinion.
And
you'll
I think
get
you can
really used
really line
with
things
glue
up
base.
better because it really doesn't come down to the shape of the template. It comes down to the way you're folding it over
Yeah.
and how much of it you're folding over.
When I use glue base, you want to be very careful to not get any of that glue along the edge of the shape.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to make sure that you're getting really good about getting just 2 threads basically on each side when you're taking stitches. Because if you get any more than that, you start getting into where the paper is because you get such a tight fold.
Okay.
But you might find that it's worth your time to thread based if you really love the way that it feels to sew them.
And
You
it
can
looks
sew them
just as
quicker.
good.
I have a hard time with thread based on my hands and wrist. That's why I
agree
don't
with
do
that.
it.
Although
Well-
some people thread-based right through the paper, and then there's people that are like, that's blasphemy, you can't do that. But I actually really like that technique. I think you have frosting on your face, right? There.
I just got frosting right in my.
Frosty.
I know, we're a mess.
We, I'm more a mess than you will ever know tonight. No,
Stephanie, don't laugh while you're making dresses.
I can't help it.
But
I'm laugh happy at this point.
I went online in these refills, you know, for the pen,
Oh, yeah.
$3.50 at one shop, and then the other shop ordered them in. I figured, you know, they might be between 50 cents more or whatever in between
Mhm.
there. $9 for 2 refills.
No,
That can't
No,
be right.
don't think so.
no,
So
between $3 and $4 is common for 2 refills, but I have to
Yeah.
admit, blue ones last longer than the other colors. If you need my opinion on the color of the glue, for whatever reason, the
That's
blue one,
weird. Why
is
would it
thicker.
be any different?
the yellow one runs out quicker.
Weird.
The pink one's okay.
could be the substance that they use to
It
hold
must
that
be,
color
there's
together.
something about it that the
Composition.
yellow one, it just requires more, and you'll see that like across quilting forums, they agree, the yellow one runs out quicker.
Mhm.
It doesn't have as much tack to it. No, I will use Elmer's school glue. Now
What was
and then, Elmer's
Elmer?
glue, like the purple disappearing ink.
Does that
stick,
work?
It works great. The problem is that it's very tacky. Or not, it's not sticky enough, in my opinion, unless you let them sit out and dry for about 2-3 hours. So like take off your,
So did you find this out by accident or were you
no, I
experimenting?
found this out by trial and error because I really wanted to make Elmer's school glue work. Because it was a lot cheaper, a
Mhm.
lot cheaper.
And you get a lot more.
And so I will use Elmer's school glue, but I found that only when they're slightly dried out do they become as tacky as the sew line ones.
You're doing.
So I will leave them out
Oh.
with a timer because I would forget.
I would forget too. And then I would
Yeah.
have,
I think
These are okay. Do you think they're not okay?
I think you should wait longer.
Okay.
these are Crayola ones I found.
All I know is that
And
the
they go
I
upside
haven't
down like
tried
that.
those, but I tried the Elmer's
They're
school
cheap.
purple disappearing ones. And
Mhm. I've
they
got
even make
those.
adapters. So that they'll have they make adapters, so they'll make like a thinner line. I didn't like the adapter, but they do make them. I can't remember the name of the company that, or the person that 3D prints them. But
Mhm.
the people who like them really like the adapters and they use school glue all the time. I like to just let mine sit out for a while and get it gets stickier as it dries out. And then it gets
Okay.
dry and then it's no longer
Kind
sticky.
of like putting on eyelashes.
Going for red anyway. These
Dresses.
are the cute.
They
This
get
one's
tacky.
definitely looser than the other one. You have frosting too.
Oh God, I feel like you just took a Noxema thing off my face, or those like, what are those strips that you put on your
The four
nose?
strips?
Oh my gosh, that was like stuck there. I gotta get more cookies. How many cookies do we have left?
You have all your gingerbread
Okay,
and you still have more reindeer.
okay. I guess we're making fleshy reindeer.
We are hand gingerbread.
Where's my?
Oh,
Oh,
over there.
man.
And the extra reindeer.
Oh my goodness.
Think- What do you
I can't
think?
believe I'm gonna give these to people like to eat on
I
purpose.
know, but they're fun.
We should have done ornaments or something like, you know, not so.
Charitable.
What do you
I-
think?
No, I meant like
About-
ornaments, like cookie ornaments, so that they could have been like decoration intensive and not.
I love it. Like this is my favorite.
Okay, this one has a whole bunch of stuff on. I guess I'm making little red dresses for a while too.
There you go.
Oh, you got gingerbread men?
Ladies, gingerbread.
Ladies,
I think I do have gingerbread that
ladies.
cookie.
Paraphernalia that she has.
So are you done, Stephanie, with all your edits on your new book?
It is turned in.
All right. When's it go on?
Apparently October now.
Okay,
We have to wait. I gotta get this.
I'll have to wait,
Wait a minute.
but I do still want to get her first book. So
I mean, it's oh. We have frosting all over my computer.
No.
really?
Oh God.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
How did you? Oh God.
We're having a moment.
How did you do that? You should probably pull the camera down so they can see that.
That's okay. I don't lose them.
Oh. Well, if we lose you guys,
It's because I have frosting in my mouth. Trackpad.
oh my God.
It's okay. It's mostly off. Right the day. This is a lesson that 8 hours is enough time to get.
8 hours is the maximum amount of cookie
in one day.
making time in a single day.
No,
You
they-
get beyond that, you get
You get.
So how long you been
get what
on?
you get and you don't have a fit. That's what my son
That's
says.
what my kids say too. That's the thing they say in school, I think.
Oh Lord.
How long you been at it
We're good.
today?
That's 10 a.m.
10.
Oh, wow, girls.
Okay. There we go. That was better.
Although not necessarily decorating. I mean, we had to make all these
Right.
things.
All right.
Oh
What?
Lord.
Happened here.
I don't know. Mine. And then we're like all the cameras all over the place. I have no idea what we're doing.
How can we even see?
Oh,
No.
just put some
All over
sparkles
the
on it and you're good.
Maybe we should call it. Maybe we should just be done tonight.
I don't know what we did. Now the cam,
I'll figure it out. Give me a second.
What'd you do?
we can't see what's going on in live. We have frosting everywhere. I mean, the frosting bags are covered in frostings of different colors. We have no idea if you can even see us at this point. I think we're
I
gonna.
can see you. I can see you.
Duh.
All right. We're
you know
gonna call
what?
it a night because
We gotta be done.
we're
doing
losing our
terrible.
minds. We're not
Oh.
good at hosting a live baking show, clearly. We're better at a live
The
cooking show.
half-baked baking show is officially over. We
Oh, I
tried.
do have one last question.
One more question.
It's for that crew. When's the last date that I can get the first half in?
I don't know. That is a question for Ray and
Okay.
John. I think
Okay.
it's 30 days out, but don't quote me on that.
It's what?
I think it's like 30 days out, but don't quote me on that. I would ask Ray.
Okay.
Second
I know
half-
we have to have it by April, all of it.
I'm not sure. Ray and John know that information. I
Okay,
don't deal with the money part of
I'll
it.
chat with them. Okay.
Alrighty. Thanks.